listening. Late nights, early mornings, we stay interested in going to bed or wake up yawning. Go ahead and listen in. Even all day long, they still be watching on their computers and their phones. They stay locked in. It's that Bilingual Podcast where we talking with Big Mo and Platinum Cash.
Ooh, it's a Monday, not a Sunday. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. The Bilingual Podcast. Your host, Big Mo, me, Platinum Cash. We have another great show for y'all tonight. What the Weather is a show that I came up with as we are soaking in the rays through the smoky days here out in Portland. We are scheduled for about an hour and a half for you guys, so let's get right into it as we always do it. Big Mo, how was your week? Oh, that
Oh
action was
man,
pretty flowish right there. I like that.
uh, you know what?
I'm getting
It
better.
was it was pretty flowish. Like we getting better with the intro. Sooner or later, we're gonna get better with everything else. And we're gonna
Oh
blow up.
man,
Kaboom!
man.
Hey, chat. My week was good. I can't complain. The weeks are going by so fast, and I don't know if it's because I'm so busy or what the situation is. But they are going by extremely. I want to say way too fast, right? Because when it goes by that fast, it makes you older. But B, there's
Yeah.
just no moment, right, to just stop, right? But the week went well. I pissed my wife off on Thursday, chat. I never talk about my household problems,
Uh-oh.
but Thursday, my wife came to me and she was like, "How was your day?" I said, "My day was my day." You know, when you're overwhelmed and just a lot happening at work. I mean, my day was my day, right? That seems like a normal answer, right?
That's a Mo answer.
Was yeah, it was a Mo answer, right?
Yeah.
Well, she ain't take that as a Mo answer. She got mad and went to bed.
Wait a minute. What was she expecting
So
you to say?
I
Like
don't know.
she
Like
wanted a
she was
whole
like,
she wanted a full
I
conversation. Like she was ready to chit chat, as my wife would say. When I'm ready to
I
go to
don't.
sleep at certain times, I'm up here
I,
real quick, but I'm up here for a long time. Like, why now do you want to chit chat?
hey, you see that right now? Like you see my hands? And she was like, "You and your smart ass answer every time we turn." I was like,
Wait a minute, maybe she was just in a mood.
I think she was already upset. I don't think I helped the case, guys.
Oh
But
man.
that was yeah. She was kind of mad. She didn't talk to me for a couple days.
Ooh, 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 a couple
Uh,
days.
I get used to it. But she usually don't get mad when I give smart responses, but I guess that time was she didn't like that.
I'm
I don't
tired of
think it
your
was a smart
smart ass
response,
remarks.
man. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't giving a smart response. I thought about cutting her ass tonight, but then I changed my mind. Um
Hey, you cut her tonight, you ain't gonna talk. She ain't gonna talk to you for a week
because I'm probably in trouble.
till
Uh,
you till y'all leave for y'all vacation.
if she
I
listening to
gotta
this,
talk to you now.
if she listening to this, I'm probably already in trouble for telling it. But I wasn't trying to give a smart response. It's just, I had such a last week was such a long week with work. Like my workload is so damn busy. Like I'm up at, butt crack of dawn. I'm on the phone at nights with Asia, these last 2 weeks, and it's just such long days, right? Even though I'm taking breaks and stuff in between, it's just long, right? So I just felt my day was my day. Like I couldn't think of nothing else
It
to
just
say.
all ran together. It's
I
just
couldn't
a
say it
day.
was good. I couldn't say it was bad. I couldn't say it was indifferent. It was just my
It
day.
was
Shit, I
moderate.
don't. Yeah,
It was a
yeah. I
moderate
don't
day.
know. It was steady, but I
It
don't
was an
think I.
average Joe.
So I learned what not to say when I'm being asked how my day is. So chat, if anybody asks me how's my day, I'm
Well,
gonna
now
clearly,
everybody's gonna ask you. Now I'm
I'm
gonna have
gonna,
the kids all ask you.
I'm gonna
Hey, did,
clearly say my day is just great.
and I'd be like, "What kind of answer did he give you?" Well, I ain't gonna ask him. He looked like he in a bad mood today.
That what's crazy is I didn't feel like I was in a bad mood. I was just,
Everybody think you always in a bad. Actually, my household thinks I'm always in a bad mood too,
I,
and I
you,
don't understand how that's the case. The only way I can be in a bad mood is if you put me there when I walk into the
my
house.
my personality is such an introvert. You know that, like believe it or not, and we're born on the same day, so that could very well be the case. But I'm not in a bad mood, right? Just because there's moments I don't talk or I don't say nothing, right? Because I usually process a lot in this brain, right? And that doesn't mean I'm in a bad mood, right? It just means, hey, like I got a lot of shit happening in this brain right now. I need to empty some of it.
Or you just don't want to answer sometimes.
That's not an answer.
Well, that's me.
As you
I
can,
just be like, listen. Sometimes I just don't want to answer.
man, as you can see, my day was my day, and it put me in trouble for 2 days. So whatever the
Well,
case
see,
may
now
be,
if you wouldn't have said anything, now you still in trouble because you didn't answer.
I I don't know what it is,
See,
man.
I don't think any answer would
That's
have
the
been right.
crazy.
I don't think any answer would have been right.
I don't think so either. I think if I would have said it was good, she probably was having a bad day,
Yeah,
right?
like
And
why your
she,
day so good?
yeah. Then all of a sudden, I would have been in the doghouse with saying I had a great day, even though I was on freaking 12 hours worth of calls. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no win-win, and yeah, I was gonna cut her ass tonight, but Chad,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not when I'm getting ready to go on vacation. Uh,
See, my thing is, if you're too mean or whatever,
mhm.
right? You always say no. So then I try to be a smart ass about stuff, and then you're a smart ass. And so I'm like, okay, well, it can't be serious. You can't you can't be not serious. So where are you supposed to be at? Where's the median?
You gotta be.
I think I'm always gonna take the smart ass approach. I've been doing that. Thank you for my dad for almost all my life. He actually is the best at the one line smart ass shit.
Well,
Like,
I don't think she's liking a one-liner anymore because I'm always giving a one-line answer.
well, my dad literally should. I actually might bring him on here just so he can just talk, just to have him conversate.
I'm telling her give it what he been married 45 years now.
Oh man, 46 years. Woof.
We need to bring him on. I got
Man,
questions. I got questions. We
jeez,
we
all my
probably
life.
we probably should invite him on here. You know what? That'll piss some people off, but we should invite him
Oh,
on here.
right away, my mom would be the first one pissed off. Like, how is your dad on the show? And I've been asking you to be on there for the
Giving us
last
all
2 years. I was like, Mom, the show only been on for a year, but I've
giving
been
us
talking about it for two.
giving us all of the advice. At least you know what, Flo. I'm not mad at you because you know exactly how long we've been talking about it, even though we only been live for a little over a year.
Right? Yeah,
Hey,
that's what I mean.
that means she pay attention to us, man.
She's like, I've been talking about this.
She pay
My,
attention to us.
my week. See, we've been having opposites a week. I still had this cabin fever, so
That was
but I
weird.
actually here's it is. We actually did get out. But before it made it even worse is I normally go, we just started the workouts thing. So I was normally doing the workouts. Couldn't make it to one of the or two of the workouts. First
Mhm.
of them, I ended up having an allergic reaction. Right. Now, I don't went to these people, dermatologists or whatever the people are, and they poked me and put all these different things. And apparently I'm allergic to a lot of stuff, but all I did, I know I'm allergic to fish oil, right? So I'm not taking the fish. So they said, "Oh, here, take this one. It's a vegan one, right?" Apparently, my body don't like health. You don't like health. My body is anti-healthy. You don't like anything like that. I literally told myself today, all I can do is do vitamin D, vitamin C, and whatever my blood pressure medication is. That's it. That's all I got. I can't touch nothing else. None of that other stuff.
So,
Oh,
so,
I do my multivitamin. That too.
so as you're talking about that, a couple things comes to mind, right?
I'm old.
No. It has nothing to do with your. You know, they had you to take a vegan fish oil. You know, why is it that vegans and vegetarians still got to call stuff chicken and burgers and
Like vegan
fish?
burger?
Yeah, or a freaking chicken patty
Isn't that
that's
just
not chicken. It's vegan.
it's an impossible burger.
But well,
Think about the name though while you're
like
eating it. It's
just sit
impossible.
back and think about it, right? Like why you got to call it chicken? Impossible chicken.
When it ain't chicken.
A
Because
chicken's a
it's a
chicken,
mental
bro.
thing. It's a mental thing to
It
the
ain't
head.
it
So
ain't come from
you
chicken.
want to think that you're really eating chicken, but this is ficken, fake chicken.
So as you was just talking about that, I just started laughing because I think that's what as I think about it sometimes I'm like, dude, these people are trip.
Yeah.
We don't want the real chicken patty, but we want a chicken patty. They
It's the
gave you
name.
they
It's
gave
just
you
the name. So
they
you're just
gave you
like,
a vegan fish oil. Think
I
about
got it. He just said I should start taking it because I couldn't do the fish oil. It's good for my bones and joints.
but just think about the name of that. Vegan fish oil.
Basically, seaweed in a pill.
A fish is meat. Why the hell they ain't call it sea? Why they ain't call it take this seaweed oil or some stuff, man? Or where it actually come from, right? That's all I'm saying. Like where it
When you look
actually
at the
come from.
ingredients, that's what it says.
Like that's the part that drives me crazy though, man. Like just call it where it comes from. It doesn't come from a fish or a chicken, so call it something else
Yeah.
or a burger.
It's all a mental thing, right? When you go to when you go and shopping or whatever, you go into the restaurant, you want to be able to order something like they order. You don't want that. Can I get? Oh, can I get that chicken burger? And then can I get that ficken burger? No, they don't want to do that. They
I
want to
want
be on
the
the same level.
I want the vegetarian chicken burger.
Yeah, it's a lot of words. A lot of words.
I'm gonna take the vegetarian chicken burger.
First of all, I'm not even going to go into that place. I'll just go to a salad bar. Like,
But
why do you even?
but then they also be like, I'm a impossible burger.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The name.
What's so impossible about it?
Because they can make it out of plant-based stuff to taste just like a regular burger.
Yeah, it don't taste like no damn regular burger.
I didn't eat it. I'm just telling you what the people said.
No, no, we were in Vegas a few years ago, and Sheldon tried to make that bean burger, and I took a bite
Okay,
into it.
now
Nah.
I don't know what he was cooking over there. That stuff was that was different.
I was so happy about having a burger. I bit into it, not realizing it was a damn bean burger. Chat.
He said, "Man, we eat healthy around here."
Oh my god, dude.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
"That's wait. I'll wait till 2
That'll
in the
never
morning to get my
happen
pizza."
again. Yeah. I don't get that. But
Nope,
I just
that's
had to
about my week, man. Oh, I had to take
and then
the father-in-law out to the airport early in the morning.
where he rolling to now?
Well, the aunts came out to visit, so they stayed the night. We
Okay.
did that dinner.
Okay.
They had a friend pass, so they went to San Antonio. But they had
Oh,
just how to. We'll talk about it. We'll get into the weather and stuff, but they just had all the floods and stuff out there.
yeah, so did New York last night.
Yeah, like everywhere has
Mhm.
been crazy. Like
Mhm.
everywhere has been
They
crazy.
canceled a lot of flights last night out of New York or yesterday.
Crazy.
I just I don't know. Like I was just chatting with your pops during 4th of July. Your father-in-law, he and I we was just having a conversation about Europe. And I was like, "How was it?" He said, "Oh, I won't do that again." I said, "What's the matter?" Boy, we walked, Mo, and we walked, and we walked,
It-
and we walked, Mo. He said that about 15 times to me.
yeah.
I was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna get your exercise there for
Isn't
sure."
that crazy? When you go on a trip, you're usually going like to relax, but you actually do more exercising than you
You
ever
do,
do when
you
you're
do,
at home. I mean,
unless
not
you
necessarily,
exercise.
not necessarily. Yeah, I'm saying like most people like me, um, that are semi-active. So you're like the Vegas trip, like you're walking more than you ever walk. You're not walking like that on a normal night,
No, you're not,
right? And
and I'm
then
not walking like that in Vegas
especially
no
when they
more.
turn off the escalator,
And
and
I'm
then you
not
got to
walking
go
like
up
that
and
in
down.
Vegas no more. I retired.
Hey, they need to start that golf cart deal in Vegas. That'd be the next little deal.
You know
I'm trying to
what?
tell y'all.
I don't think they'll do the golf carts or the scooters. I actually think that they actually ban renting out the what's those things? The motorized scooters for the elderly. I don't want to say the wrong word here. But the
Yeah,
motorized scooters
that's okay.
because they used to rent them out, but a lot of kids was renting them and they'll be rolling through town with them. So
The
I actually
kids
think
was rolling through town through with them,
I think they banned though. I think they banned from renting those out. So yeah, that's the crazy part, man.
but you can just
But
weave through traffic on them golf carts. Boom, boom, boom.
but yeah, man. My wife, boy, she had me a little heated because you know what I mean. This was Thursday night. She got mad, right?
Sounds like you're
Friday,
heated now. Like it's
Friday,
a
I
reverse
know
madness.
because I was gonna cut her. Then Friday she didn't say nothing, right? Then Saturday, right? Saturday was the funny day. Ain't say nothing to me. I can tell you're mad. I know when she mad. Then have the audacity to text me and say, "Hey, you want to go to the winery or hang out today?" You know what my response was? I said, "Nah, I'm good." I think I made her even more mad.
Oh, wait a minute. So she texts you like y'all was dating.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
yeah,
we've been fighting and stuff, but you want to go to the
yeah.
winery or something? We can make it up.
She at
Nah, I'm good.
Nordstrom
You
she
really
at
said
Nordstrom
nah, I'm good.
shopping and shit, bro. She at Nordstrom shopping and shit, doing whatever it is she
You
do.
said nah, I'm good.
I said, "Nah, I'm good." That was my message.
Wow.
I didn't get a right back.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun cruise. You got the cruise.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
Nah, my wife, you know what? She gets mad at me, but she ain't mad at me. You know what I mean? Like she has a moment, but yeah, nothing.
They just 2 to 3 days.
Yeah, it's a couple days and then she over it.
Mine, it just varies. I'm more stubborn, so I can go forever. I'd be like, shoot, how long we doing this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm stubborn, but I kind of get over it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, so you want to talk about it? No, hell no. That's
No, no, I'll do something like throw a pillow at her or something.
it's funny. As I was in the middle of that conversation, she sent the text, so I thought she was listening, but she ain't. It was something else. It was
Oh,
something else, chat. I was like, God dang it.
oh,
I'm
she's gonna
back
listen.
mad for another 2 days.
About to tell her. You better listen to what he said on there.
I,
He
I
was
was like, that
talking.
no, don't you be sending that message.
He done told everybody all your business. Him and
Nah,
him and
that
Marcus on there telling all your business.
that's my ace though, man. No matter how much you get mad at me, I'd be like, she'll
Ace
get over it.
Buku.
I'd be like, she'll get over it, man. That's all I can say.
They're like,
if they
you don't want to listen to me?
if they don't get mad at you, how could they be? You know what I mean? Like if I'm not the most annoying person to you, I don't know
I
what to
probably
tell you.
am. I am probably the most.
Well,
To the
I
to the
know it.
to the whole family, actually.
Well, you know what? That just
The
shows the love.
loudest.
That just shows the love, man. What topic we got, buddy? What you wanna hit on?
Actually, before we get into the weather topic,
Oh,
locally stuff I was gonna talk about was I had just seen recently popped up on my screen, came through my stuff, two times, two different ones. Because right now we got boating and swimming season. A lot of
yep,
people are out. There's a lot of different accidents and drownings and different things happening across
yep.
the country.
I drove by the river yesterday and it looked good out there. People out there on their boats and jet skis.
Well, hopefully they had life jackets on. Um, we had a
I
mom in
don't know.
Florida who lost her life trying to save her 4-year-old son who fell into a river out there.
I saw that.
Uh, she didn't have a life jacket on. He didn't have a life jacket on. Then I had a family over in Ohio, in the Ohio River, who lost 5 out of their 6 family members. Uh, One of the adults decided they wanted to go swimming. Something happened. Another one jumped in, followed by another one, leaving one child as a witness left on the shore, trying to help some people to come down and help them. So she lost 5 of her family members. Three male adults and two female adults. None
Yeah.
of them had life jackets. These cases and issues are most times happening because you don't have those life jackets, unless you have like
Hmm.
a boating accident or a jet ski
Hmm.
accident or people diving off of cliffs into
Yeah.
rocks or stuff for debris underneath. But a lot of this is because people do not have life jackets. What do you think they
Yeah.
need to do as far as increasing the laws so that things like this aren't continuing to happen?
Nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you, nothing. Let's back up and talk about the 4-year-old first, because I think that one's a little bit different from those family members that was actually jumping in. I think, and I've seen this way too many times, whether I'm out on vacation or I'm near water, where parents trust their 4-year-old or their 3-year-old or 2-year-old kid way too much around water, right? And I think one of the things that happen more than anything is as things happen quickly, right? And people don't realize it happens until it happens, right?
Yeah.
And that 4-year-old falling in, there's zero reason why that 4-year-old should have been that close to water where where the parent wasn't monitoring them a little bit. And it's sad that the mom end up dying, and I'm pretty sure any other parent would do the
Yeah.
same for their kid. But it is a river, right? And rivers are a lot more rough and more dangerous than a lake
Hmm.
or a pond, right? Except if you're in Florida, you got to deal with gators. But there's zero reason why any kid under age 7 should be walking or close to water without their parent right next to them, and I think that's starting to happen a little bit more, where you're starting to hear that kids are falling in. That part right there is unacceptable. Like, I don't know how to solve for that because I just think parents, not all parents, but every parent that I would probably talk to think that they know their kid, right?
Yeah.
And they always feel that "Oh, my kid would never do this. My kid would never," but you don't know what goes through the mind of a 3 or 4-year-old or even a 5-year-old, right, in that moment of time. And, whether it's a slip and fall, whether they're a little bit too close, because I've observed situations where parents are like, "You're a little bit too close, Danny," but then that parent is still sitting, 25 feet away from the, person, right?
Yeah.
And that's all it takes is one slip, one fall, and it's a wrap, right? Thankfully, they were able to save the boy.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that the mom lost her life while doing it, right? But that's sad. The Ohio piece of the pie, it sounds like that they were all just trying to swim, or they were
No, it
all
was it
trying.
was one person that
One of
got
'em was
in.
trying
Yeah.
to swim without their life jacket.
Yep.
And I can't remember, I think I heard a little bit about it. They was he thought maybe he can swim in this type of water, and obviously one went in and saved the other one, who went in and saved the other one, who went in,
Yep.
and then next thing
Yeah.
you know, none of 'em was able to swim. Um, you can't enforce life jackets for the simple fact that the purpose of water is for people to be able to get in and swim, right? So when you talk about the laws and stuff, especially on the shore, you can't enforce it, right?
Yeah.
If this was people falling off of boats and stuff like that, which you don't hear a lot, you hear
Bluetooth connected.
you. Uh-oh, you can still hear me?
Yeah.
That was weird. You can hear it, right? I mean, you hear about it every once in a while, but very rarely you hear, "Oh, Danny fell off the boat and drowned," right? That's where your life jackets and stuff has to come into place, right?
We did have an
And it's
incident with
not
that
meant
too.
and it's not mandatory, right? Like it's
Mhm.
not something because again, the purpose you can't swim with a life jacket. That's what I tell people. Last time I tried to swim with a life jacket, I just floated. So, so I think it's a little bit challenging, but at the end of the day, I just think, hey, if alcohol is involved, you definitely should have a life jacket on. Firm believer of that. Regardless of how strong of a how
Swimmer.
strong of a
Yeah.
swimmer you are, because I think once you're impaired, life's a little bit different. Your strength is no longer your strength; it's your weakness.
Yeah.
But I don't think they can do nothing. Like, I don't think they should do anything. These are unfortunate situations. It always happens in the summers. I mean, it's the hottest days, the water is the nicest. So I just don't think that they can continue to educate. That's probably an
Yeah.
option, right? We can probably educate, but I don't think in terms of laws we should enforce anything.
I think a lot of the times, a lot of these kids don't understand. I think that when you come to the education, I think that there should be more education in behind the rivers
Mhm, mhm,
because kids just see it as water. I
mhm.
can
Yeah,
just get into it
yeah,
and it's just going to be a normal water.
yeah.
And there's different elements to a lake compared
Mhm.
to a river,
Oh,
obviously
100%.
compared to the ocean. Like there's
Mhm.
different elements to
Yeah,
water. And
yeah.
I don't think everybody, I think even adults, right, don't even know the different dangers that
They underestimate it. Yep.
that could be in a river, right?
Mhm.
You could be like, "Oh, man,
Yeah.
I'm just right here, and there's just this little spot," and the next thing there's an undertow, and
Mhm.
there you go. Like, you're taken away just through the undertow and not knowing that's there, or you get caught up in one of those
Mhm.
little whirlpools, right? And now you can't get out.
Well, that's rivers and oceans move, right? You gotta remember that, right? That body of water that you're looking at is moving at a pretty rapid speed.
Mhm.
Even the waves, right? When we was just in Hawaii, you was just on the shoreline and that wave grabbed you, right? So, even the waves, are like that. Lakes are more calm water, right? Because it's man-made water, right? That was placed there. So, the lakes are a lot more calmer. So for people that are in swimming pools and lakes, that water is a lot different, right? When you start to talk about a river, like I said, it doesn't matter how great of a swimmer you are. I like to consider myself a pretty good swimmer. I think about my younger self. My older self won't do this through the sharks anymore. But my younger self, I would go out there, right? And I would take
Yeah.
my kid, right? That was the crazy thing, right? But at the same time, I was also willing to, and we would go out to deep blue seas where you don't see any water. But that's also in the Bahamas where the water is pretty calm and relaxing, right? But she is right there close to me where if I need to end it, I will, right? So It's a little bit different. The bodies of water, I don't think that we educate people enough. We probably talk about it here and there, but I don't think that there's an educational purpose. And I think the more people become daredevils out there, the more they're going to start to see that.
Now, speaking of this, with the issues and the changing, with the different rivers, we've had all these different changing
Hmm.
of weather happening all
Hmm.
across the country.
Global
Flooding
warming.
here,
Yep. Global warming.
fires out here
Hmm.
where we have
Hmm.
smoke, and the West is getting fire, or
Hmm.
the Midwest and the South, or even in the East Coast.
Hmm.
Even with the heat that they have, is getting rain.
Yeah.
And the flooding has been crazy. The same spot in Texas that they had, the flood of 1,000 years, they just had it back to
Hmm.
back.
Yeah.
And stuff they say didn't happen in 1,000 years are happening in 1 year.
Yep.
So where in the state are we at where we're going to continue to keep rebuilding in these areas that are being destroyed? But not only that, now you got all these different debris and different things now that are going to be up and
Hmm.
down these rivers that have been over the
Hmm.
last few years literally
Yeah.
filled up.
Yeah. I think I don't think it's a matter of what state are we what state are we actually in terms of all of this. I think there's not a lot we can do. Um, we can talk about rebuilding not close to a river and things like that, but how global warming works and how it's been working is things that you haven't really seen starts to occur in your area, right?
Yeah.
It's also in the Bible, right? Like if you go read the Bible, it's that same stuff. It's in there, which is
Hmm.
odd, right? But it's in there. And if you take, we've also defunded or whatever you want to say the president has done. We've removed global warming doesn't exist, so we don't have any funds going towards research and analysis over why this is happening, right? And unfortunately, I feel that it was super valuable to have, right? Take Oregon for an example. I moved here. It will probably rain 270 days out the year of the three something
It was,
that we have in a year, right?
when I
It'll
got here, it
probably
was like
rain 9 months out
300.
the year. I take Oregon now. We probably rain 50% out the year, if that now, right? That just shows you that climate control and the change is real. The Earth is physically moving and
Yeah.
tilting in a different direction. I don't think that we can do much in terms of building because you build in one spot that you don't expect to flood, aka, not necessarily Manhattan, but Staten Island and those areas.
But they're underwater
In New
already.
York that they're building, yeah, I get that they're on the water, but San Antonio's not, right? San Antonio's in the middle of damn
But it's
Texas, the
flat.
desert.
That's the
It
thing.
is
Yeah.
flat. It is, but it's also a place that's not accustomed to getting a ton of rain in a year. So
Hmm.
their definition of flooding, unlike Oregon, that probably gets 11 to 50 inches of rain per
Yeah.
year.
And we
11 inches in San Antonio can destroy a city, right?
Yeah, we've also, from our last flood, have learned how to move things and make certain areas where waters can flood in certain areas where you don't
I
get damage to
I
certain
don't I don't
homes.
think every part of our country has that type of
And that was my
technology.
next question. We do
Mhm.
have the technology. How come we cannot build these areas or even
Yeah.
foresee these certain things happening?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell me that it's going to be 98 degrees 2 weeks from now. How come you can't tell me it's about to be the
You
storm of a century?
you can't because the climate in those cities are different, right? It's the same situation when I talk about the Oregon roads, right? Every like I was just sitting here this morning as I was driving to work. I was sitting on TV Highway, which is one of our most busiest roads, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the ground, and the roads is all cracked up and broken up, right? It's horrible how bad the roads look.
You didn't pay that
I,
tax.
I go to Miami, right? And the roads are nice. Well, guess what? Miami gets a lot of rain, right? It rains every day there, right? So why don't we have the same roads, right? And I think last time I asked somebody that question, they were like, "Well, the climate's
It's
different,
the
right?
humidity.
You can't put those type of roads in a wet city and expect the same thing. It costs more, stuff like that." So I although we have the technology, Oregon's on a cliff also, right? San Antonio's flat. You just said that. So you will have to build up. which would cost a whole lot more to do,
Yeah.
than if you lived here in Oregon. So
But
I
that's what's
don't
going to
think
happen, right? You're going to have to
I
build
don't
that
think we'll ever
bridge
get there.
higher. You're going to have to do all these things higher than you did before just in case.
They don't want to do, but you got to understand, Platinum, that costs money, right?
I understand
Uh,
that, but
and
in
and
turns, you're going to keep paying that same money if you don't do something to fix it.
But you
It's
gotta
like,
understand, our government's the most crookedest thing
oh,
in a
yeah,
country. They want more money.
I know that part. They
They
want
don't
construction to
wanna
continue to keep building.
distribute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to distribute more money. So understand that. They don't want to have to pay for anything, right? So, it's the same thing why everyone has a job and 50% goes to taxes, right? And some of their in many states, right? Minus taxes. Taxes ain't got no state income tax. Right, but, it's like, answer that question, right? Like, so, like, they wanna keep taxing you on all of this stuff, right? Oregon is probably notorious for it. At this point, the amount of taxes you're paying, you might as well better be paying sales taxes, which would then go towards roads and stuff like that. But we don't think about stuff like that, right? I think about when we made marijuana legal here in the state of Oregon. I was big on that voting because they was like, "Oh, all of this money is gonna go towards schools and reconstruction of our roads and stuff like that." Well, apparently, that has become a damn near $1 trillion company here in the state of Oregon when you talk about marijuana sales,
Yeah.
and we have the worst schools, and we're top 10 worst schools in the country. So I actually don't like I don't see our government changing that.
I mean, they get the money.
Regardless of what our technology
The
is.
money goes to them. Like they have the
The
money.
money's there. The money's there. The money's there. No, you're 100% right. The
I mean,
money's there.
they pay the money out. The money goes out. So it's not like they are getting away without having to pay the tax. They pay the tax. The state has the money.
Mhm.
It's just what is the state doing with that money once they get it? And
They
they
see
haven't
val
done
they
much
see
with it.
they see
Or
value
unless they've been
elsewhere.
using something else for it.
They see value elsewhere, right? Like I think about, you can talk about that. You can also talk about the homeless crisis we have here in the country that's supposed to be the land of the free. You could talk about all of that, but then you can also look at the billions and billions of dollars we're giving to all of these other countries, or protection that we're given, right?
Yeah.
So you're right, the money's there. We're just not using it on our own country because they want the American people to pay out additional stuff to be able to use it on your own country.
So what do these people do that are
Mhm.
in these spots? Like I saw the
Nothing.
guy that
Mhm.
said, I've been here all my life. I'm gonna keep
Mhm.
rebuilding.
Mhm.
You're in
That's
that
a person.
situation. This has
Mhm.
been back to back years. Do you
Mhm.
keep rebuilding or do you move?
I'm out after year 1. Once I'm flooded that first time, that's God telling me to you gotta bounce. This area is not good. You know what? There are some places, even in the state of Oregon, where when they're building, they let you know, hey, this is a wetland,
Yeah,
or we're
yeah,
building specific places. So you know what you sign up for, right? I think what drives me crazy is, for an example, you have these high schools that's been around for a very long time, and then they start building a community around the high schools, and then they get mad because you have high school sports at night, right? And you have the band playing and you have all of this loud noise. So they want to control that because they're in the neighborhood. Well, the high school was there before you. That river was there before you, right?
yeah.
So you got to understand, once you start building and you're like, I want to live on a river. Yeah, the view is great.
Oh yeah.
You want
You can
to
go to the
you want to
water whenever
you
you
want to
want.
live
Yeah.
in the hills of Portland. The view is great. I've driven up there to look
To it.
over the city of Portland on a summer day. It's just absolutely gorgeous. But you also gotta deal with what's gonna come with it. You gotta deal with, if there's an earthquake,
Yep.
you're probably not gonna have
Ice.
a house. You gotta deal with, if there's a flood, you're probably gonna be flooded out, right? If you elect to keep building there, that's on you. But I
Yeah.
tell you what, my insurance dollars are going at work because apparently it's not going to me. So
Yeah.
at least I'll keep building for the country. As long as
Now
it
I'm an insurance company. I
Mhm,
want to
mhm.
not have to pay this stuff all the time,
Yeah, yeah,
even though they don't pay enough out anyway.
yep.
So in their best interest, aren't they saying, hey, let's invest now so I ain't got to keep investing later?
They don't. So in Miami, we have you have different flood insurances
Yeah,
and it
yeah, I know.
costs,
Yeah.
right? You have hurricane insurance, you have flood insurance. So you have all these different levels, right? I always tell you this, insurance companies are the biggest scam there
That's
is,
why I'm
right?
joining them.
Because you're paying for a what if package, right? I wouldn't want to be a
I
seller.
get
I
it.
would love to be the insurance company because it's a what if package, right? What if I get in an accident?
Yeah.
If you think about over your lifetime, the amount of insurance money that you have spent
Uh-huh.
and did not get to use, it doesn't pass down. It doesn't come back to your anything in that sort of
Correct.
nature. They have the money to rebuild.
Yeah.
A couple $1,000,000 to them for them to rebuild fires that's happening and stuff like that. That's easy to them.
Do you realize people never complain about that, or it's a low complaint? Like, I'm pretty sure there's people that complain, but they don't. Like if
Mhm.
you had your membership for the gym, right? You ran up and ran up. You're like, I never even use it. Give me my money back, right? You can't go out the insurance company and be like, hey, I never used that insurance for the last 10 years. There should be some kickback yearly on your insurance if you
Mhm.
don't use it.
Insurance shouldn't be required. That's my 2 cents.
I mean, you shouldn't, but then when you don't got it, eh.
Yeah, yeah, you know what, you're right. When you don't got it, you're in for it. But also, if you look at your insurance, you're already paying for unauthorized motorists, right? So you as an individual that has your own insurance, right? You're already paying for if that individual don't have insurance, my insurance still pays it. You
It
you see
it
what I'm
it
saying?
it's to cover
So
the insurance companies did it.
yeah, I get that, right? But I'm just saying, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if a person want to go without it, let them.
Well, I
They
agree. I
they
mean, that's
they
just
hit.
like anything else, right? Like if you
You
don't
know
wanna
they
have that service, you don't have to have it. It's an elective
Yeah,
service.
but I like the idea of, if you haven't used it in 10 years, maybe 50% comes back to you, or 20% or 10%.
Or
You
you
know,
or
I
or you take that and it rolls over into some
Yeah,
kind of a
retirement
retirement fund.
or
Yeah,
that
right.
insurance can go towards life insurance. Like, there's a
Yeah, yeah,
lot of
yeah.
stuff that you can actually do. But it just goes back to, like, and I talked about this last week. I'll continue to talk about it. All of these companies, all of these politicians, I have yet to see a politician that's poor. I have yet to see a politician that is in the middle class.
They used
Understand
to
that.
be all the time.
I used to listen to what you said, but I have yet to meet a middle class politician, right? So understand, every politician is wealthy, and then we talk about campaign donations and stuff like that. I thought that was supposed to be for campaigns and stuff like that, not for your personal gain.
It's
So
both.
so is it really like?
But why am I paying you to go advertise for yourself? Like you should be going to pay out to do that.
Yeah,
I
but
shouldn't pay for you to go advertise.
that's just, I mean, like I said, I have never seen an insurance CEO broke. Like, let's just call it what it is, right? Um, yeah. I mean,
Why
you
hasn't the insurance industry changed?
they have.
It has not. I'm just saying this because I'm going into it. I'm saying as far as technology
Mhm,
wise, and when it comes to your insurance policies or your life insurances and
mhm.
different things, there's not much change to them. They add like a couple different writers to it, but not much change as a umbrella on the
They
insurance.
have. They became bigger assholes. So 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 when you were young, I like to say this, when you were young, insurance was based on your age. My mom talks about this right now. I kid you not.
Hmm.
Because she always wondered why her insurance bill keeps going up every 6 months. I said, Mom, that's what they do.
Hmm.
You're 6 months in. At the end of your 6 months, they raise it. It don't matter if you're accident forgiveness. It don't matter if you didn't do nothing. It don't matter. You call them, they say, well, the market changed. I ain't got nothing to do with your market. I've been a value. And that's why there's no loyalty in insurance companies anymore. No matter how
Mm-mm.
much you try your hardest to stay with them,
Yeah,
right? Because
and they don't
because
care.
because you want that credibility, right? And I'm gonna give an example. So the insurance for our vehicles, before we bought our house here a couple years ago, was in my wife's name, right? It was in my wife's name all of these years, right? Like, we never called and said, we want a new quote or anything like that. It was in my wife's name. It just kept going up, kept going up. My wife's like, I don't understand. I never got a ticket. Well, Mo got one speeding ticket only, right? My mom drives like an old lady. If they're gonna give her a ticket, hell, it should be for going too slow, right? My kid probably had a couple door dings, but that's about it, right? So, and this is over the years, right? Like
Yeah.
last time I got a ticket was in 21. Let me knock on every piece of wood I got, but it was in 21, and we were in Nevada, right? So, you know, all of a sudden, I call them because we was thinking about getting homeowners insurance at the time.
Yep.
So I call them, right? And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, I don't understand why it keeps going up. He was like, well, we can run a new quote for you, and we can run it for you or your wife. So
It was
we
higher.
run they run it for me. My insurance, like my premiums, literally went from like $3,700 every 6 months. I kid you not, to like $1,500 every
Oh,
6 months.
dang.
Right? Yeah, it was that big of a difference. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, you need to call every 6 months to tell them to give you a new quote. Otherwise, they just adjust it based on
Hmm.
your last quote." Makes no sense. You know how many Americans don't know that?
Exactly. That's how they keep making that money.
Like, but it makes no sense,
Just
right?
like people
So
don't know they got certain things they got subscribed to, and they just keep paying it.
yeah, there's zero loyalty, man. And like my kid was at work one day and somebody hit her car, right? She wasn't in it or nothing. She was at
Yeah.
work. She came out. Somebody came down and wiped the whole side parking lot out, like the whole like it was like 10 cars, right? So I think the guy may have been drinking, right? So I let her deal with the insurance company. I didn't deal with it, right? Well, they charge her she has a $500 deductible,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Well, it's an unauthorized motorist deductible for $200 that they should have been like, "Oh, she wasn't in the car." They won't tell you that. You have to tell them that, right? So here she is saying, "How the hell am I going to come up with $500? It wasn't my fault." You know what I mean? And I'm
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
there
No, I
like,
agree.
so I'm saying
You
I
still
agree
got,
with you
even though you're paying
100%.
insurance, you still got to pay more money on top
Yeah,
of
so
that,
so she
and then you
upset
ain't
and
even your
stuff,
fault.
and I'm looking at it, so I'm like, so I asked the lady, I said, "Why y'all didn't use the unauthorized motorist for this accident here?" "Oh, she didn't say to use it." That is not my kid responsibility. She
Yeah.
just clearly told y'all that she
Do
came
your
out of
job.
work, her car was damaged. That is your responsibility. But
That's
that
customer
just but
service.
but that just goes to show you those customers, they don't like they're gonna try and make as much money as they can because they're on bonus systems. So they're gonna do what they need to do. It's a
Yep.
mess, man. Like I don't get it. I know the chat always hear me talk about I'm gonna go into politics, right? I'm not going into politics to be crooked, just gonna be honest with y'all. But I will tell you this. It seems like every politician comes out rich. I don't know if it's because they're crooked. I don't know if it's because I don't know, right?
You
But
just
I
gonna
want
see
to
if it happens.
I want to
That's
get in
cool.
to see what's gonna happen at least, right? Like, I
Like,
mean,
yo, you're mayor. Oh man, I'm rich. Bam.
man, I'm just saying, it blows my mind away, right? Because you look online and actually see what a mayor makes, right? I think the mayor makes only 125K or 150, something like that, right? Before taxes, right? If you
You
do
talking about the
taxes,
mayor of Portland or any mayor?
Mayor of Hillsborough, right?
Oh, okay. I was like, dang.
Mayor of Portland may be at 225 or something like
Okay,
that
I was like,
before taxes,
what
right?
Cornelius do? I'm about to go for
If you do
mayor.
if you do after taxes, right, 50%, 75K to bring home. We'll just say max.
I don't even know who the mayor is in my own town.
Like, I don't get it, right? So how do you live in a $1.2 million home on $125,000 salary?
Because you ain't gotta pay that. You ain't gonna pay that. It's a write
There
off
there's
while
something.
you're working for the government.
Well, you know what? I just need to learn the system, I guess.
Oh, if once you become, yeah, somebody will learn you the system.
So there's a lot going on, but I don't know. I don't have the answer for all of it, but it is what it is.
Idiot. All right. Let's see here. What else I got on here? I want to talk about that. Actually, this is kind of crazy. 15-year-old girl and her boyfriend in Illinois
Mm,
uh, shot and killed
yes.
5 and injured 2 of her dad's family members in 3 different locations,
Yes. So
all
that they
because
can
of
be
school
together.
stuff.
Mhm.
No, it was all because of school stuff. She didn't want to go to school.
I
She had been kicked out of 3 different schools.
She had been kicked out of school, but it was because of the boyfriend and her.
Well, I'm pretty
Um,
sure it
yeah,
was.
it was because the family did not like the boy. I did read about that one. They felt the boyfriend was not encouraging her to do the right thing, right? Go to school and get your education, right? So she had been kicked out for not going to school and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Um, so they thought it was a great idea to just try and take the dad out because the dad was the corporal.
They
But
didn't get the dad. Dad wasn't there.
yeah, but he was the one that was very adamant. First of all, like
She killed her grandma,
I saw that.
her two step siblings, and her cousin and her aunt.
My thing is now you're never gonna be together.
Well, yeah.
Like, make that make sense to me.
That's what I say every time I watch any show on ID or
Like
Dateline.
like
Like,
like,
what are we
you know,
getting out of this?
you do all of this stuff to be together, and now you'll never see each other a day in your life again, right? So not only that, you'll never, see the light of day more than likely, right? Other than your walls that you finna be in on the outside.
Yeah,
That is crazy, bro. Like,
I don't understand what they think either. I think everybody that's doing this think they actually will get away with it.
so in their mind, they really feel that they're gonna get away with
And
it. That's
then
what you're
who
thinking?
knows? There's probably like one or two people that get away with it, or at least they got away with it for like 20 years and then they
There
got caught.
there are people that get away. There's definitely people that get away, right? Like,
But you're
murders
usually
happen
not
all the
getting
time.
away if it's someone and you're close to, like if it's a wife or a husband or something. You're not gonna get away with it very long.
I
I I, I don't know,
I don't
and
even know
it
why that
continues to
even
happen.
crosses. Like, at the end of the day, right? Like, you were a grown lady, right? I think what were they? No, she was 15,
She
right?
was 15. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, she was 15. And I think he was 17 or something.
Yep.
At the end of the day, right? Like, 3 years, man. Like, or technically in most states you can leave at 16 if you chose to. I don't know what goes through their mind, right? Like, and I don't know if they're like, well, we're juveniles, we'll be out by 18, right? Not if you're tried as an adult,
Oh,
you
she's getting
won't
tried
be.
as an adult.
I'm pretty sure she is, but like that's how I know some young people. I was just watching a show, the movie
You,
the other day, where they was like, we'll be out by 18 if we did this, and I'm like, this is crazy.
do you know that more black teenagers or kids get tried as adults than any other race?
I'm not surprised if that's your question.
That's crazy.
Not only just teenagers, just race in general. Um,
But
how your sentence is based on your race in the US, that's not
well, I
uncommon.
agree with that part. But
Yeah, that's not uncommon. I'm not surprised at all.
that's just yeah. Like
It's
they're not even given more, the different options of, we understand that do this. I understand like there's some kids,
Mhm,
hey, it makes sense,
mhm,
right? But then there's also some, like there was a girl that, ended up killing the dude that was molesting or raping her,
mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Why is she going
yeah,
to jail?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
why
I
is that particular person going to jail? Like
Yeah.
make that I don't understand that part.
And this is where I think a couple things needs to change with our laws, because every state is different, and
Yeah,
I
that
think that's a big thing. Like, that plays a big part. Not only does the race play a part, but the states play a big part as well. I was just listening the other day that um, Trump, former pastor, was released from prison from that child molestation case, and he was only given 6 months, in prison, and then he has to register to be a sex offender for life, and then there was something else. There was some. Oh, and then he's on parole for 10 years. But that's 6 months, and then I was reading elsewhere. This was in Oklahoma. Then I was reading elsewhere, a person was sentenced 40 years in prison for a similar case,
yeah.
right? So this is why I'm like, our states are ass backwards, right? I think anything that has to do with a kid, they need to be thrown under the jail, and they need mental help. Period.
I agree.
There's no exceptions to that. Murder, I think the federal government needs to determine the different tiers of murder, and I think every state needs to adopt the same thing. It's not right that Florida has a stand your ground law, right? That can be claimed. In Oregon, I'm thinking about a friend right now who had to go away, um, stood his ground and have to do time, right? And I just think that's just not right. So and again, I'm using Oregon and Florida because those are the 2 states that I'm from,
Yeah.
right? But every state's like that, right? Or a place like New York and California, you can't have a handgun, right? So those are 2 states that I can't even travel with my gun. Uh, but or even a state of Florida, you have to have a Florida's particular license to carry in the state of Florida to have a handgun. But the other 47 states, I can use the same license, right? So
But
like,
you can carry a rifle.
but you can carry a rifle. A rifle is considered unharmful. It's not, I know. Te- I don't know if they look at the fact that it takes a while.
You can
I don't know.
see it. Is that
I
what
don't
it
know
is?
what
Because
they
you
look.
can see
I
it.
don't know what they look at, bro. I don't know. Rifles are acceptable. Uh, I just think there's a lot of laws and stuff that we as a country, it should be handled by the federal government, and the federal government should not let the states determine those policies.
Well, here's the crazy thing. I was thinking like, things have changed over the years, constitution, some
Mhm,
things need to be
mhm,
updated.
mhm.
But the way that this dude moving, well, I don't know if I want shit to be updated. Like he getting people out of he firing people because the judges said
Yeah,
you can go ahead and fire them. Let me go ahead and
yeah,
fire these people then because he said they're Democrats. I want to
yeah,
fire you.
yeah.
Like
I've
this,
um, I've
like now
been
it's to the point where you don't even need to disclose what you do. Like, why are we disclosing what side you on?
you know what's funny was, I think who was it? I was listening to Obama the other day, um, and he actually went in on the current president, and he was angry for one reason. So I guess in the meeting, he was talking to the judge. President Trump was over a particular issue, and he literally told that judge, "I'm above the law," right? So, and I think he said it, to the point that it has went viral, and a lot of people, that's unacceptable. I don't care if you're the highest
But
power.
it's unacceptable as a judge. Like if you don't want your position, then you shouldn't be that judge. You shouldn't be moved. You already know the law, so you got to honor that. And then you
Bribes,
got
man.
them just
Bribes,
bending over.
bribes, bribes, all day long, right? It's bribes, bro. Like, our Supreme Court would rather sit back and let they would rather sit back and put people in court like, the NCAA, which is a company. I want to call it out. That is a company. It's not a government organization or anything, right? It's a company, just like any other company a person works for. They would rather let people sue them and listen to those cases than what they're going with everything else. So I hear you. I don't know. Like I don't have the answer to that, and I don't know what the answer is. I just think every state is so different that in Illinois, and this is why I don't like to say red and blue, but it is red and blue states, right? Red states are a lot more lenient with murders. Blue states aren't, right? Illinois is a blue state, right? So they will be charged with adult with murder. If it's somewhere like in Oklahoma or Kansas, I don't know, right? So it is different, right? Like all of those red states do have stand your ground laws where the blue states don't, right? And I just think we need to be consistent there, um, because if
She
someone
wasn't
break
standing her ground.
Illinois wasn't, but there was a case recently that they were. The lady in Florida that shot the man in Walmart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, the
sh
veteran.
yeah,
Okay, the parking lot.
she gave multiple warnings there. And then, my buddy here, I felt, when I listened to him tell his story, right? And I just felt there was a level of self-defense that at some point when you fear for your life, you got to make a decision, your life or their life.
Yeah.
And he didn't murder nobody, but at the end of the day, like if I feel that my life is at jeopardy or anyone in my household life is at jeopardy, I'm probably gonna protect myself over that individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I just think, and it sucks that you gotta hope that you're in a certain state if that ever happens, right?
Yeah.
And you're not in a state that's gonna say absolutely not. We don't have that law here.
Ooh, speaking of states and laws, Cali, a
Hmm.
physician back in January 2023 deliberately drove
Yep.
and crashed his Tesla off of a 250-foot cliff called Devil Slide on the Pacific Coast Highway with his wife, his two kids, a 4 and 7-year-old. They all
Yeah.
survived the crash.
I saw that.
Charges were brought against Dr. Dharmesh Patel back in 2024. A judge ruled that he would receive 2 years
Hmm.
of psych treatment by completing a 2-year mental health program with a psychiatrist at Stanford University,
Hmm.
based on the arguments his lawyers made, saying he had a manic depression episode. So in 2023, the law allowed it to work and maybe a loophole that he was able to go ahead and do this 2-year treatment instead of going to trial and being held on attempted murder charges.
Yep.
He is now out of his program. His
Yep.
wife and family have all forgave him. He has moved back home. How do you feel about this situation?
First of all, what's his nationality? I had to ask that
I'm
question.
a, it looked Indian is what I wanted to say, like from India.
That's a culture thing, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. My wife trying to kill me ain't no coming back. I ain't nah. In fact, I'm moving as far away as possible. Ain't no I forgave you. Ain't nah.
Do you try to fight over the 2-year treatment and try to have him sent to jail or prison or
I blame the state for that, man. Like, first of all, for the family, I am a person of forgiveness. In all honesty, right? When you believe in the Bible and stuff, you believe in forgiving everybody. Um, However, I also want to call out that you are too, bro. So don't act like you don't have that heart.
yeah, but
Um,
that's different. That's a different heart.
however, I want to call out that you can forgive, right,
Mhm.
in your heart, and you can also stay your distance, right. First of all, that's the state fault, right. They have proof that this guy tried to not only commit suicide, right. So he's suicidal,
Yeah,
right, but he also tried to take his family in that suicide attempt.
correct.
Right? So I think what's gonna happen next is that if something actually happens, right? And I pray that it do not, but if something actually happens, all of a sudden it's gonna be national news that all of the signs was there. Just in 2024, the guy tried to do this and that
Yeah.
and stuff. And you know what? I personally won't have any remorse at that point. Because I just think all of the signs are there. The wife I don't know, like, kudos to her, like, I just I man, I don't know, you this dude just tried to kill you just 2 short years ago.
You and your kids, not just you and your kids drove off of a cliff.
Yeah, I know that cliff, I remember, and because they tried to say the auto drive failed.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was gonna use,
That's
like,
what they
the
tried to say.
auto
Yeah,
drive took me off the cliff.
yeah,
That's what I thought he was gonna
yeah.
use. He literally said, "I had a manic depression episode."
I am loving Tesla more and more because they can tell you exactly what the auto drive did, so, I thought yeah, no, I thought they
Basically,
were
he said, "Because of my mental health,
yep,
you guys don't need to send me to prison
yep.
for
I
my
had a men
life."
I had a mental breakdown. And unfortunately, during that mental breakdown, I was driving a car that caused me to go off the cliff.
Now, I don't know if this law has been changed, but this law was in since 2023. Do you see this being a loophole used by a lot more people now?
It depends on the state. You gotta understand that.
This is California.
Yeah, yeah, it depends on the state. So, like there's proof of attempted murder, but then there was a mental state of mind. I'm pretty sure that law has
Well, that's
probably been.
that's a lot of people when they
I'm pretty
have a
sure
mental break.
that is a mental breakdown. Like
Yeah,
like typically when people are murdering a significant other or family member, it's
snap.
usually
Yeah,
it's usually because they snapped or they had a mental breakdown, right? I'm pretty sure that law's probably been revised.
I'm gonna double check that one.
I also think you got to make sure that you have the right
That
lawyer
lawyer, man, that
and the
lawyer
right
is good.
attorney to be able to get you out of stuff like that. Not a lot of people have that money. He was a doctor, right? So, and he was a
Yeah,
doctor in California, right?
yeah.
So you got to understand, like that that's a multi-million-dollar job when you're in a state like a California and stuff
Shoot,
like that.
that's all your money right there. He just
Now,
got you out of.
I don't know
You
how many patients he's gonna have after that because I don't know if I would want to go see him. Now,
yeah, I need to
I
figure
will
out what
say
kind of
that.
doctor he was. I gotta figure
Like
that
like
out.
I will say that I don't know what type of patients you will have at that moment of time because
Like,
I mean,
what is your next job?
at this point, you can snap and prescribe me something wrong.
Well, what is your? They never said that he lost his, but I'm assuming he had to lose it. I'm assuming he had to lose it.
Depends if he has a private practice. I mean, did he lose his license? I don't
I'm
know.
assuming they didn't say he did, but I'm
No.
assuming he had to, unless he used that and that also worked as that. He
Uh,
just had a manic break.
Again,
That doesn't mean
he
he
went
has
through that
mental
2 year
problems.
treatment. That 2 year treatment could have restored his life, man.
Man, people go to them alcohol treatments. It's just a rich vacation.
uh,
They just be wasting money up in there.
some do.
Uh, I just I just thought that was the most strangest thing I've ever read, especially when we were just talking about how this 15-year-old is going to get tried as an adult. Granted, people died, yes,
I
but
I'm
15
Yeah,
doctor
not surprised.
literally killed almost four people,
Yeah,
himself and three
yeah.
others.
15-year-old brain is still trying to develop, right? And she's giving bad advice, right? That may not see the day of life again.
Neither is okay. I'm just saying, like,
So she's
you
never
got to
gonna
see
know how
the levels.
how her life is played. This doctor is an adult that's supposed to be giving examples to others.
Correct.
He gets 2 year treatment program and he's now back on the streets chilling. I'm not surprised, bro.
What you're her family. What do you
Yeah,
say?
yeah.
What do
I,
you say? You're
I
her
don't know.
brother. You're her brother. What do you say?
It could be a cultural thing, man. I don't know.
What, nah. What do you
I
you are her brother, right? He just got out. She said, "All right, he's coming back home." What do you say to her when she has
well,
this conversation with you?
Well, first of all, if I'm the brother and you're having that conversation with me, I ain't coming over to your house. He might snap on me one day. I ain't going nowhere near him. Uh, nah.
So
There's
you
a
never go you never go over there. He's never allowed around the family?
no, not around my kids. No, 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 no. No,
Do you ever
no,
drive in the car with him?
no, hell no. Not with a cliff.
Wait, does he get his license? They never said his license is suspended forever. Like, come on, what?
I don't think they are. Again, he claimed insanity. He won the insanity battle. He did his 2 year treatment, and now life goes on.
This is crazy.
And I hope he lives to tell a story, and I do hope I do hope it's a different outcome overall. But I just every time I hear stories like this, you hear years later that the family and stuff was murder or something crazy happened.
Well, my thing was the
Um,
kids. Like, what do your kids think?
yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Like, as the
I don't
son
know.
gets older and he relives or sees all this stuff, and his friends like, man, your dad tried to kill you,
Yeah,
and he's back in your house.
it's a
You got an in-house Freddy Krueger. Like, what the heck?
story to tell, huh?
What these
Story.
stories that you got to go to school? It's just like, what do you? They probably ain't going to school. My guess is they're probably homeschooled or something. But
Yeah, they could be.
still, friends, family, her friends, her
Let,
girl. What
let's just
he
say
literally.
let's just say barbecues ain't the same.
I just, I'm just.
Nah, nah.
It's almost like when I watch these Daylines and stuff, and I see like these girls get with the dude, and the dude's like, "Yeah," she's like, "Oh yeah, my wife, she died, blah blah blah." Well, how she died? Oh, some freak accident. Er. Now you don't watch enough TV shows to know if some dude just told you his wife has died and it was a freak accident. Barely is that happening. It's usually gonna be a car accident, and then everybody know about it, and he gonna tell you at the beginning.
I had um I had watched one where he got him murdered 3 different wives, man. And the last one he was barbecuing her when they pulled up to the house. I don't know. Like I
What
don't
is the purpose?
I don't know. I don't know. Some people are fascinated with murders,
Yeah,
right? Those are the people that you do need to catch and you need to put them away. They even end up in a potential mental institution and stuff. Um,
yeah.
I, I just don't think we do enough. And again, it's based on state laws, right? The federal government never get involved in murder cases unless it's capital murder and things
Yeah.
like that. But I do think that we need to streamline the laws, and that's all laws, not uh, you know, not just murder, but sex offenders, right? I think that needs to be streamlined tremendously. I
It
just
just seems like I think it's with the rate of the internet, it just seems like there's
it is. I, I
and
think
more people are going to jail. Like, what is happening
I
that
think
people are
it's
just
been but I think it's been happening, Platinum. I think that's the thing. But I think now with the rate of social media, you're actually seeing how often and how frequently all of this stuff is actually happening.
does that make more people do more stuff?
It does. It does. 100%. And that's why I applaud China because there was when China had that plane crash into the building, they scrubbed their internet. They
When
had
was this?
a couple weeks ago. There was a small plane that crashed into the world tallest building. Right.
See how you got that
Um,
info? I ain't get it.
they scrubbed their internet and removed all posts quickly. Right.
Okay, that's
And they made sure it was not visible on news outlets or anything. Right. But again, it had already hit U.S. before they did it, but all China networks had already scrubbed it and stuff like that. I don't think those people deserve any sort of glory, mass murder, stuff like that.
correct.
But I think we put it on social media, right? And we talk about, oh man, these people are sick, not knowing that you got Billie Jean over there that, it's yes, it's my turn. This is it, right? Just stuff
No,
like that. And I just think it's crazy. So I do think the internet is a dangerous place, right? Like I actually have a kid that's going to the ninth grade, that his mom only gives him an hour a day of internet time. I love that. I love it, right? Last week, I was trying to tell him to download the QR. He's like, "Coach, my internet time is up." I said, "What does that mean?" He
we
was
had
like,
two of them. One
he
was
was
running out as seconds was going
he
out.
was like, "I only get an hour a day." I'm gonna be honest. I actually thought that was awesome, right? He was like, "I get all of my text messages and stuff, but just not the internet. I only
Yeah,
get 1 hour a day." And I think that is an amazing rule, because then it keeps your kid off the internet, right? It forced them to have to do other stuff, because it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. That's why Great Britain is banning TikTok, right? Or social media platforms, not
I was
only
gonna
TikTok.
say just TikTok. You can go on
No, they're,
anyone
they're
now.
banning
There's
social
so many.
media platforms from kids under 15, right? Will kids still get access? Yes, absolutely. But that is a step in the right direction, right?
Yeah,
I done told you this a million times, but you go in a store or you go on vacation or you see something, just look around and see how many kids are on tablets because
mine be on one.
the parents don't want to have to deal with them, right? My niece is one of them as well. Because the parents don't want to have to deal with them, they put them on social media. They put them on the internet, right? Whether it's YouTube videos, even though my niece is watching freaking kids playing with
Toys.
toys, which
Yeah,
I don't get, but that's what she's watching. I
yeah,
guess
they've
that's
been
her
doing that for
style.
years.
And I'm sitting there thinking in my head, hell, you should play with your toys and record it.
That's
Maybe
what I
they'll watch
said.
you.
Nobody
But
wanted to do it.
again, I don't know. I just think the internet's a dangerous place. I do think that it increases everything that we do. Doesn't matter what the situation is, right? When there's a murder, there's someone's gonna one up it. When there's a school shooting, there's someone's gonna up it. When there's a shooting spree, it always happens. Some sort of mall shooting, someone's gonna one up it,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But they're just waiting for that one person to do it to give them that green light that it is my turn, my time.
A lot of stuff going on the internet.
Oh
I
man,
watched
I sent you
today.
a few different things.
Actually, yesterday I just started watching. It was a this black dude that had started a cult, and he started his whole cult off the internet, right? Like never any of this stuff. Now the dude, he started out first. He was a rapper, right? He was a rapper out of Chicago. Uh, he know how to couple thousand fans, followers, and stuff like that. And then he just got into his own little deal, started talking, about what he thought things should be and how things should change. His girl was like, "Oh yeah, you got a good word. You should start doing that." So he started the deal, and the thing blew up. This dude was started talking about all this crazy stuff. I still got to finish it. I think I got like another 20, 35 minutes to watch of it, but it's it's crazy how he went from dude just down the street to they thought he was God. Like my thing is, I don't understand how people can see like that dude. Literally, if you just go check the history, he literally was just rapping 3 months ago. Now you think he the prophet. So I just want to know how that happened like that. And then these people fall for these words. Like I can
Mhm.
understand
Mm.
listening and some of the stuff that people say. You may believe those things, but not to the point where it's got you warped in your mind that you are a follower of this, and
Mhm.
now I got to go do these things. Now I got to no longer take showers. Now I no longer got to do this stuff, and now I got to go stand in the sun for hours because we sun gods. Like, and it's not just him. This is
Mhm.
cult followers all over.
Well,
Why?
that's a
Why?
leader. That's a leader. Whether it's a leader the right direction or the leader the wrong direction, that's a leader, right? The purpose of a leader is to get followers, right? Like I'm gonna be
Well,
honest
yeah.
with you, that's the whole purpose of a leader, right? To get people to follow, right? He is a leader, right? And I have to call him that. I do want to harp on the fact that he is making millions because people like you is watching it. So, so,
No,
so
not off the internet. It's a show on
I get
Dateline.
it. I get it, but it's on
Yeah,
TV,
yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
on TV,
yeah.
right? The fact that Dateline had the audacity to go record the situation mean that it blew up. So Dateline just increased his numbers to his cult when
Maybe.
everybody get a hold. That doesn't mean you're gonna join it.
No,
But if you
he in
really
jail.
look at probably a couple people out of every 100 people to watch that, it's like I am gonna follow that guy, right?
Or they're
And
probably gonna go watch and see what actually was talking about and all
yeah,
that and all
and some may actually
full.
join,
Yeah.
some may join, some
They
may
may.
join.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. But
Yeah.
apparently he said all of the right things to be a leader. I mean, I've been trying to be a leader for a long time. People don't follow me.
Well,
I
well,
ain't tell me. I'm just
hey,
saying,
hey, if you
like,
start your own thing and then say, "Hey, follow
hey,
these words and these writings and these meanings."
hey, I've been trying to be a leader for a long time. I get back talk. Even in my own house. I can't even leave my own house. They gonna talk smack to me. So
Well,
it,
you said your mom said she ain't voting for you if you ran for
man, is
mayor, so
exactly. I can't even run for politics. You know what? My mama said she ain't gonna vote for me if I get it.
she's like, "I
I
already
said,
know he crooked."
yeah, yeah. My mom was wrong. She was the first one. I'm like, all right, I got one supporter. My mom always on my side. I ain't voting
No,
for you. I know you're crooked, and you trying to move the old people off the road. So well, that's one
no,
vote
you just
down.
say, "I'll give you a special lane."
You know what? The only person that will ride and die with me, whether I'm right or wrong, and you know what's crazy about it is that me and her have all of our bickering moments. It's my kid.
Yeah.
If I say I need this vote, I got you. I got you about 5 of them. Let me go talk to my crew, right? So
I got you
so
about 5 of them.
hey, hey, she does. Me and her bicker at each other, right? Like, but at the end of the day, right, I know that if I reached out to her, she'll come through with them votes,
5
right?
votes.
But my wife I have my back, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't even know if my wife will have my back these days.
I was gonna say, not after this
Yeah,
conversation.
these days, I don't even know. She listened to this today. Hell, she might not talk to me for another week, huh?
Till you get on the cruise.
Oh man, shoot, man. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like those are I don't know how you get people to believe words. I was listening
But to the
to
point where you leave your
you want to follow
family,
'em,
you
but
forget about your kids, you let
mhm,
these dudes
mhm,
do things to your young girls and stuff.
yeah,
Like, your mind is just to the
mhm.
point, like, you don't
But I'm not
care nothing
surprised.
about that.
But I'm not surprised, right? We have a president that wants to be a dictator so bad, right? And he has a ton of poor people that really follows him,
Yeah.
right? Like you got to understand this dude's a multi-billionaire that's eating steak and lobster and everything else good every night, and you got these people that are struggling to make ends meet, but I'm riding with him.
Yeah.
right? So like you have that same situation, so I guess it's simple, right? I guess it is simple. I was listening to this one guy on TikTok yesterday. It just popped up on my timeline randomly, right? And I think he made the comment that he was like we're currently in 2026, right? In 2126, which is 100 years from now,
Yeah.
we won't be existing. We won't, grandkids, none of us, right? No one to know us, right? 200 years from now, no one to know us. The only name that everyone knows that's from thousands of years ago is God. You might want to get right with him. There's a reason why they know him. Literally what the dude said. I mean, think about it, right? Like
Yeah.
like God is years and years ago. You don't know your great 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 grandma, and then everybody always talking about starting generational wealth. What the hell was my great 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 ancestors doing? Because apparently, why does it always got to start with me?
Well, well, not always with you. Some other
Well,
people have.
I'm
Some people
just
do.
saying, like the people before me, what were they doing? Right? You see what I'm saying? Like, but like
A
the
lot
more
of it, well, in our cases, didn't have the education or
yeah,
the,
that's true. That's true. But the more you sit back and the more you think about all of these people that people are following, all of the cults and stuff like that. Man, no one's gonna remember them 100 years from now. No one's gonna remember them 200 years from now, right? And I think that guy was spot on when he said only person people remember is Jesus, right? Because that's the only name that's still gonna be popping around,
yeah.
2, 3, 5,000 years from now, forever from now, right?
Yep.
We won't be heard of, right? So, like, man, I tell all these people that follows and worship all of these people, they might want to get right with the man above. It's okay to have role models and public figures, and I envy this person, right? Like I got people that I envy and stuff like that, but like you might want to get right with the man above because that's the only one that's going to help you at the end of the day. Trump ain't doing nothing for y'all peoples.
Pastor Mo,
I'm just saying, man. I can go on and on about it, bro. The more I'm
speak the
listening to
word.
this stuff, I'm like, dang, bro.
So you
This,
already ready. You're already ready to get
thi-
on there to start
man,
talking.
this guy got his coat, man. I've been trying to get people to follow me forever, and he go get a coat to not take showers. Who does that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying, like,
He
just
said
think about that.
you gotta be your own natural being.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah. They don't shave either.
Nope. She got rid of all the fake hair, went to the natural hair and everything. No makeup, no nothing.
Man, get out of here
And then they would go sit in the sun for hours
and
naked.
bake and bake.
Yep.
Man, what's these people nationality?
Black.
That's a damn shame.
He had over hundreds and 200,000s of people on that thing.
That's even funnier. Listen to what you just said, bro.
Lots of
That's
people.
even guys, we're not gonna take showers. Right. We're not gonna we're not gonna
I'm pretty
shave.
sure he showered.
We're not gonna shave.
I'm pretty
We're
sure he
gonna
shaved
sit
too.
outside in the sun
We are
all
sun
day long.
gods.
We're gonna call ourselves sun gods all day long.
No. You're sun gods, but they had their own names from the
And wait, he was on Dateline, right?
not Dateline, but ID channel. One of
Yeah,
them shows
yeah,
on there. Yeah.
yeah. He was on one of them channels, right? And I bet he didn't look dirty or dingy at
No,
all.
but
Can
I'm
you
saying
imagine?
he showered and shaved.
Exactly. Can you imagine what you look like not showering? What your nails look like?
No, I saw the other people. He just wasn't looking like them, and I don't know why they didn't look and say like, "Oh my God, no, he ain't doing it either." Why
So
are we
he
doing what he ain't
so
doing?
he nice and clean and everybody else is dirty and dingy.
Yeah, and they all off the grid, and this dude, they all living in the woods. He in a house, driving cars and stuff. Like I don't,
Oh man.
I don't know. Maybe they go, man,
Oh
but
shoot.
they better get on this thing. He might come after me.
That was freaking hilarious.
His
Oh
his
man.
tribe. I'm just saying.
we need to get him interviewed. That's
He in jail.
hilarious, too.
He in jail on molestation charges for
Oh,
18 years.
then he went to molesting people too?
They were with little
How,
girls.
how many years he get?
18.
He got 18, but the pastor got 6 months.
Yeah,
Make that make sense.
because he wasn't the right pastor.
They both worshiping.
I'm just saying. He thought he was gonna have a lot of people outside the courtroom. They didn't show up.
Of course they didn't. They all went to take a shower. Shit, I would
I
have did the same thing.
said it's because it was all on the internet. That's why.
They said finally I can shower. Our leader's gone.
No, so what made it on the news was that there was a group of 6 of them, and they thought that he had did something to him, but he had nothing to do with them. They were just
Uh-huh.
part of his thing, and they just disappeared, and no one's seen him since 2023.
And he been locked up.
Yeah, he's been locked up, and no one's seen him, and so they can't find him. They're nowhere to be found,
It amazes me how many people go missing and you can't find them. That part, like
especially in this day and age with all
that,
these
now
cameras and
that freaks
stuff.
me out, right? That part right there, that part drives me crazy, right? Because even if you think about just our city, our town, right? We have all of these traffic cameras. Every red light has a traffic camera.
Yeah,
How do people get away with shit? And
not
then they
enough
say,
cops.
quote unquote, we cannot use the traffic cameras for crime.
Well, that's
Man,
good. That's good to know.
let my daughter go. Let my daughter go missing. I'll burn this damn
Well,
city
no,
down.
I mean,
I'm
just good to
just
know that they
saying.
don't use it for other crimes.
But I'm just saying it's the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing, though, right? Like, well, okay, you just
S-
telling the weather with them
selective use.
doesn't make sense, bro.
Trust me, they'll use it if they need to use it.
Doesn't make sense. If you're gonna install them, use them. You already paid. You already spent my tax dollars.
They use them, just not for you.
Yeah, I know they use them for me when they send a ticket in the mail.
Well, yeah, no, that's just HD. He mad that they put that light on
They
him.
may have got me the other day. They did. I the same one that HD mentioned on. I said, "Dang, I ran it." And it's
Oh, you got the flash?
yeah, they may have got me the other day. Well, we'll find out in a couple weeks.
Nope.
Yeah, they may have got me. The same one me and HD was complaining about.
I'll be
I
right over there
shot right.
tomorrow anyway.
I
That's where
shot
my
right by it,
chiropractor at.
man. I shot right by it, bro. Like, yeah, that one will get you. That one will get you. I
That's
said,
why I don't be
dang.
speeding
So
right
I'm
there.
like, I'm hoping. We'll see. If they do get me, I'm gonna say that wasn't me. Probably me sending up my phone
I
like
was gonna
this.
say, oh dang, you was on the phone too.
They gonna give me a double ticket.
You and Jenny on your
They give
dang
me,
phones.
they gonna give me a double ticket.
You be on your
Oh,
phone too. I said I don't be on my phone and driving. I do it at the
oh
light.
man.
When I'm stopped at the light, that's when I do all my
Oh
stuff.
man, that was funny, bro.
I
Man,
don't be driving and doing it, even though you can still get it at the light.
man. So did you see Shannon Sharp and Joe Johnson? They got stuck in New York last
Stuck
2 days. Their flights got
from the
canceled, right?
rain. Oh, from the
From
floods.
the rain, from the
Yeah.
floods and stuff, right? So Shannon decided to look at what a private jet was going to cost for them to go from New York to Atlanta, right? So he was like, they
Wait,
paid $500 for the Uber ride. By the way, during the World Cup, the Uber ride for them to get to the airport was $500. Yes, during the World Cup. He admitted that, right? So they paid $500, five
35,000.
$500 to take a Uber to the airport, right?
Thirty-five
So
thousand.
so they called to check the private plane. $45,000 for a one-way flight, an hour and a half from New York to Atlanta.
They paid it.
No, he did not.
Oh.
He said we're gonna sit our asses right here because he said it would have cost him another $500 to take the Uber back to the other airport to take the private jet an hour
uh,
and a half. He said absolutely not. And then Joe was talking about some. If you would have told me, I would have paid half. I guess
I thought it was Ocho Cinco because I was like, he ain't finna pay none of that.
well, nah, Chad wasn't there. Chad said, y'all should have told me. I would have came and hung out with y'all.
I was like, there's no
Hey,
way he paying that.
Shannon said, bro, you ain't gonna make it. There was cars flooded as they was trying to get to the airport.
Dang, that's crazy.
But
Yeah.
$500 for an Uber ride, right?
Well, I mean, think about it. The weather though, like I gotta go
But
driving this,
but I also wanna but here's the thing. This is where I think
and the thing I think
I
they knew
think
it was
where we
him.
gotta get better because price gouging in the United States is absolutely horrible, right? I hear you, right? The weather's bad and stuff. But is it really like is do you really gotta take that the Uber driver ain't making $500. They probably seeing a quarter of that.
I agree.
Right. So, and then, another thing, how many times do they preach on New Year's Eve not to drink and drive? Right. They preach that. But then Uber raises their rates to the one night we was trying to come home. It was like $300 to get
Yeah.
home. It cost us $45 to get there. but 300 to get home.
Yeah.
But they're not price gouging.
Yeah. Nor are they trying to make it safe for you to
Nor
get
are they
home.
trying to make it
Yeah.
safe, right? And that's what I mean by it's such a horrible situation. Gas. Gas is another thing that, they talk about the price of barrels of gas, right? There's zero reason why we should be paying what we're paying for gas,
Yeah,
right?
it's gone down.
But the issue, the price goes down, but it never goes down to what that price point was before, regardless of how low the barrel of gas costs,
Yeah.
right?
That's because they know you've already been paying this. So
Yeah,
in your head, you're thinking you're getting a deal
you're
now.
getting a deal now that the average price is $4 a gallon. You're getting a
Correct.
deal. That's horrible, bro. And then once again, who makes the money? Topic of our conversation tonight, right? The owners are the ones
Yeah.
that's continuing to separate themselves. So my advice for everybody: you can't beat them, join them. I'm just saying, like,
I
I
need.
just
So what
blows
you're
my
saying
mind
is
away.
we need to meet some people with some oil.
I just need to
We're
continue
going
to
to
meet
Nashville,
success.
by the way, so
I
we
need
can
to
go meet.
continue to meet successful people, continue to learn the system and the process, and hopefully I get the same treatment they get.
By the way, people, we figured out our trip. We are actually going to
Oh, we got
Na-
3 minutes. We got three
Nashville
minutes. Let's talk about it.
cruise. Nashville, Miami cruise. So I call it Nash Cruise. Uh, yeah, we finally figured it out. That's what we're doing. We'll be
Let's
going for
talk
about a
about
week.
that. That was such a hard trip to figure out. The fact that I still want to call out, I want to call this out. I have to call this out. The fact that we're going to Nashville, from Nashville to Miami, we're jumping on a boat, coming back. I want to call it out. And my price was still probably about $200 more if I would have went to Vancouver.
Yeah, I tried to tell her that.
That is uneffing believable. So we get to go to the country city of the world, which is awesome. I'm kind of sad about it because I don't get to bring my boots
Why?
because
You can bring your boots.
I'm getting on a boat. I'm not gonna be. I'm not putting them big ass boots in my suitcase. That's gonna hold up
Oh,
room.
what?
Nah. That's gonna hold
Oh,
up room.
bringing
I
the
don't.
hat and the boots.
But Jenny, I do want you to know I did send a Vandy coach an email this morning, and I'm hoping, or this afternoon, and I'm hoping to hear
Good.
back that we can spend a couple hours at Vandy, watching their practice. I'm hoping to hear back. So I
I
am
hope
trying to make
that's
it
on
basketball related
Wednesday.
because of that. If it becomes basketball related, my hotel price can probably get waived. Um, but
Honors.
I think it was awesome. No, I do think it's awesome that some places that we wanted to go. Well, we've been on a cruise, but there's no place like going to the Bahamas. I want to call that out. Um, but I'm excited. I'm happy about it.
HD came up with the last minute great idea
He did.
that that we
I
that
gotta
we
give
were all like, is
I
that even
got
gonna work?
I gotta give him credit because I was actually just gonna meet y'all in Miami the day of, even when y'all was talking about going a couple of days early because I know I had to work. Now I'm just gonna go work in Nashville while y'all out enjoying y'all day. Which is good for me. There's some work. My boss is going on sabbatical,
I'm
so
just I'm just gonna be out there trying to sell these music. That's all I'm doing.
make some CDs.
I ain't making no
Go back,
CDs.
go back to old school, bro. Burn
I'm
some CDs.
walking up into them places and be like, hey, you heard this guy before? Play this. Boom.
Burn some CDs, bro.
I ain't playing no CDs no more. You better go
What?
ahead and just download this.
What? Hey, well, get a QR. Better get a QR code.
Oh, well, I'll have everything.
Walk around and QR it.
I'm gonna have my little mini boombox now.
Oh, you can't take the mini boombox on the boat. They take it from you.
What?
You remember last time they took it and you got it back at the end of the cruise?
Really? I forgot about that.
Yeah, you remember we couldn't have it on the boat.
Oh man.
Remember we had to
No
go get it the last day. The last day they take it from you the day of.
That's right. I literally have no music in there.
Yeah, we were listening to your
And I had no
phone.
internet, so I can't play my
We,
phone.
we were listening to your phone. You download it,
Oh,
bro.
that's right. Before I got on there.
Yeah, you download
Damn.
it. But yeah, they take it, bro. That's
Yeah, that's not
that's
a step.
that's why I was like, dang, I wanted to bring my boots, but I can't even bring my boots because I'm like, dang, that's gonna take up some suitcase room. That's gonna take up some suitcase room. So yeah,
Nah, you can't go to Nashville without the boots and hat.
ah, kind of bored about that one. But
You,
yeah,
you got to do it.
nah, I'm not bringing it, bro. Too much room. Too much room in a suitcase.
Got to do it.
Too much room in a suitcase, bro.
There should be like a place where you could just go borrow some boots and a hat, then return it.
Yeah, yeah. Really
Just because
quick before we
just because
cut.
you're in Nashville, there should be a place like that. Boot
Yeah,
borrow,
I
boot
agree.
borrower.
I agree. Before we cut, um, I want to give a shout out to the Spain national team.
Oh yeah,
Congrats on the World Cup champion.
I called it by the
Truly,
way. I called the finals and then I called the winner.
I also want to give a shout out to England for taking third. I thought that that was an amazing game Saturday, England.
Good
So
job, England.
congrats to them as well.
Good job, England.
And we don't have much in sports. We're still waiting on
Ain't nothing
LBJ to make
happened.
his decision.
I thought he was going to do it at
LBJ to
halftime of the
Everybody
World Cup.
thought LBJ was gonna make his decision. My
Is
inside
this getting out of
source,
hand? Is this getting out of hand? Like, come on,
it is
man.
not it is not getting out of hand. I love it. I actually don't want him to make a decision in September because
Until September,
it's pissing the NBA off right now because they can't schedule the Christmas Day game.
they can't do that. But other teams, they can't make moves.
That's why I want him to hold off. I
Everybody
want him to
locked
hold
up
off.
because they trying to
I
figure out.
I
They still
I,
got
I
two
have a
spots for him and
I
Bronny.
I am 75% sure I know where he's going. But that other 25, he can flip it. He can flip the script, but I'm 75%
So
sure I
with
know
your
exactly where he's going.
75% chance of knowing where he's going, would you bet $10,000 on that?
With the 75% chance, hell no, because that can change tomorrow. Now, now
Oh,
I will bet I will put 1,000 on it
okay.
and lose if he go else if he go elsewhere. But nah, but because I have some insider, I don't want nobody to come back and try and sue me talking about some he was given some scoop.
You don't
Nope,
play in the league.
I don't. But HD. Oh, he
I
said
was like,
HD get no credit. I was about to snitch. No, I was reading the chat. I was reading the chat. I was reading the chat. You guys guys almost got me
oh
on my
man.
insider. Man. But yeah, no, I'm about 75% sure I know where he's going. It's actually pretty interesting.
All right.
All right, who you cutting, bro?
I'm not giving a name.
Ooh,
I'm just cutting thy neighbor.
ooh. You
That's
want
all
to
I'm gonna
talk more?
say.
Nothing else?
Ow!
Nothing else?
That's it. That's it.
Dang. I'm a slapper again.
Ow!
Hey man,
And by the way, it's not a her.
I'm gonna slap
Ow!
him then. Oh man, that neighbor's getting slapped, boy. Ooh, woo. All right. Last week we know
You
I
cut your mom, your grandma.
I counsel I cut my family last week. I want to take a moment and apologize. My little brother did hear some of it, so he said I shouldn't have did my grandmama like that.
Oh,
She is
duh.
turning 100, right? And he did tell me he went by there and she didn't know who he was for about 5 minutes, and then she snapped back together. So I'm excited to see my gram. Even though I got to fly there for 24 hours. So I do want to take a moment to apologize for cutting my family. I just want to take that moment. I also want to take a moment from the beginning of this call. I know I talked about my wife. So if she do listen to this, I want to take a moment and apologize to
Oh,
her
I
as
thought he
well.
said cut her.
I ain't cutting her tonight. I'm not cutting her, bro. Not doing it. Not doing it. Nope. I was gonna cut her. But I had a change of heart over the last hour.
She sent you a text.
I had a change of heart over the last hour.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Chad, I ain't cutting nobody this week. I'm going
Oh,
on.
what?
I'm going on vacation. There are some people I do
See,
want
you
to.
in a good mood.
There are some people I do want to cut, but I'm a hold that because if
This
they piss me
vacation.
off over the next couple weeks, I will be coming back cutting their asses.
Wow.
But but no, I ain't cut nobody this week. And two down neighbor, just
Ow!
FYI, whoever you may be. We out.
Hey, we want to thank y'all for listening tonight. Please subscribe and share if you fell in the vibe. Hope our topic of discussion got you thinking right. We do this for y'all every Sunday night.
That's like me slapping that drink out of Jenny's hand.
We hear that. Let me stop this thing.